What's up? How you
Wait,
doing?
is this all y'all good side or some shit? Or
Listen,
is this some-
listen. You never know. You gotta,
Everybody's just parked up on this side. Of
cause you
town.
never know. We try to be
Okay.
ready. Listen, you know it's gonna be a good interview when Rihanna walk onto the carpet cracking knuckles. Which, she said, hold on, let me. I was like, oh snap.
Let me get ready for this press. It's been a while. Let me gear up.
It is so good to see you.
Thank you so much, likewise.
It's so good to be celebrating. I mean, Volume 4, this time around, I mean, there's not a need to reinvent, but you just keep challenging yourself and the team. What was it about this one this time you were like, we got to do more, we got to up the stakes?
I mean, it's not just this time. Every time, that's the challenge. I always want it to be better. If it's the same, I feel like there's no growth, and we can't show our growth even. So this is the perfect platform to show all of that. And it's not just me. It's not just the collection or the designers. There's so much talent. There's so much talent from Paris to Willow to Alex. I mean, that's the director, Alex. Willow is set design. And Paris is the choreographer who just won an Emmy
Right.
for this show.
I mean, come on.
Volume 3.
Would that ever have been the goal for you to kind of get that kind of acclaim, that kind of reception to this work?
When you're doing something like this, the last thing you're thinking about is the Emmys. Like, honestly,
Right.
this is so overwhelming, and it's such a huge production that you just want to put on a good show. I didn't even know a show like this was even possible to be a part of the Emmys
Right. Well, a lot of us didn't even know a show like this could happen until you did it.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean? It's got to feel
Thank
good.
you.
Do you find yourself in moments though when you're planning the show where you're like, nah, this is not slapping like it needs to. This is not it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, all of the aspects of this show are like, I'm involved. So Paris, as she's choreographing, I'm getting videos sent, and I'm like, I don't like the song, I love the choreography, or the choreography could be way better than this.
Really?
But yeah. And it's all love, like,
course,
you
of
know.
course.
But I care. I want this to be a spectacular production every time.
It is. I shouldn't say that it surprises me because I feel like only you would decide, you know what, when I come back and do this thing, I'm going to do all of the things at once. We're going to do Fenty Volume 4. We're going to do Baby. We're going to do Tour. We're going to do
my
Super
God.
Bowl. We're going to do every album. We're going to do all of that at the same time. Was that always the plan?
Can you plan a baby like that? Like, the baby comes into play and then everything shifts.
Really?
So, of course, because that's the number one priority. You can't delay a baby. You can't be like, push back the due date.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming. So things are going to have to adjust.
Yeah.
And, that's a challenge in itself, and I love it. I love it all.
It's amazing to me to think of you months after giving birth.
Yeah.
On stage, rehearsing, getting ready, gearing up. Like, what was it like the first time you got back in those heels after the baby and was like, okay, so this is the music that we're going with, okay?
It's crazy. Actually, getting back in heels was tough. It was like I wore heels throughout my entire pregnancy,
Right.
and after you give birth, it's like, oh, this is different. But getting back into making music, getting back into studio, getting back at work. I was back at work 3 days after I gave birth.
What?
Literally on a Zoom call for Savage. Because, these are things that can't...
Bree.
These are there are also other due dates that you can't push back. Things like Savage, things like the show, things like loungewear. We're also launching sport. So
Yeah.
if I didn't get on that call, honestly, we wouldn't have sport be a part of this show.
Whoa.
So it was important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's funny because you think about sport launching with this show, you becoming a part of sport in a major way. I think I saw an announcement that said the National Fenty League.
Yes.
Like the NFL was like, nah, we changing the name.
My fans live for that too.
The Navy was like, yeah, get me. Yeah, Dad. I mean, what does it feel like to? Tell me this. You get the phone call. What happens on the phone call that you say, yeah, all right, yeah, we'll do it now?
No, it was definitely not. Yeah, it was like, all right, let me think about it. No,
Hold on.
and I delayed it and delayed it and delayed it and it was probably one of the latest announcements that they've had. But I really started to think about it and truly consider it when I was going through my music, and I realized, like, yeah, like I got some, I could, like
I could
music,
do this.
I could celebrate this. Like I often get so overwhelmed and intimidated by stages like that,
Right.
like award shows, things like, so Super Bowl is like
Major.
huge.
Major.
Yeah.
Has ASAP yet said, babe, 2 minutes, let me just,
Oh, that's what you would do, huh?
me
You
just
one
do-
of those.
babe.
You one
babe.
of those.
He's like holding the baby. He's like, babe, just come on. Has he played yet?
Actually, he was one of my biggest supporters in making the decision to do the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Yeah, he
wow.
was like,
Gotta do it.
You got this. You could do this.
I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the team that you two have become for one another and for your
I do
family.
too. It's amazing to have a friendship, like, be the center of our entire family, and I really love it. It's
Okay.
fun.
Tell me this before I let you go.
Oh yeah, you asked a relationship question. The publicist is tapping.
She said, bow, bow, bow. Man, it said, and I think that's going to be a wrap.
He said ASAP too many times.
ASAP. I meant ASAP. Okay, tell me this. You are now entered, and we talked about this on Zoom before, entered into this whole new part of your legacy. What is the part of motherhood that surprised you most? I'm just curious to know. I mean, we talked about like what your impact on the industry will be, but I'm curious what your experience in motherhood.
So motherhood is a whole other beast, right?
Right.
Like life starts over when you become a parent. Like it's like life that you've never known before. You get a second full book, not a chapter. It's like a new book completely, right? The beginning, it's like you're tripping acid every day. You're like, it's wild,
Yeah.
trippy as
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah. You won't know that because you'll never have the opportunity to actually give birth. You will never have those hormones
Right.
weirding you out like that and
Right,
telling
right.
you, wait, I have a baby? Oh my God, it's crazy. You look at him and he's yours, but he's a stranger and he's new and you're learning him as he's learning you and learning the world. It's an amazing experience,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
But the thing that I really, his eye contact, that's some, oh my God. When he looks at me in my eyes, my whole soul is like, I can't tell if it's cold or hot. It's just like dropping. It's like amazing.
Well, if he's got eyes like you, I could get it. I'm just saying,
Oh,
you know.
you see what he did there?
I'm just saying if he happens to
you
have
want to know
eyes.
his name. You want to know what he looked like.
Yeah, just show me on the phone.
you want
Just
to
show
know
me.
my
You don't have to show them. Just show me. Just let me see on the phone.
Goodbye, Axel.
Look. Look. Oh, is that him?
Hi, Mama.
What's up? You look so good.
Oh,
Your
excuse
hair,
me.
as always.
Talking of looking good, how are you looking like this? Just 5 months later, you look incredible.
Really? Thank you, girl. Thank you. That is so nice to hear, girl.
You really do.
I'm trying. I had some lingerie to get back into. I had to figure this out.
It was the lingerie. It was the thought of getting in lingerie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So the last time I saw you was in February. And lots changed.
Damn.
Yes, that was February.
It's February on the red carpet. How have you been since?
I've been really good.
Yes.
Really good,
Good.
thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, how are you feeling? What is the experience of becoming a mama been like so far?
It is crazy. It is amazing. It is wild. It is weird. It is all of those things all at once. The best feeling, the most love I've ever known. I can't describe it. It's new. It's fascinating. Every step, every facial expression, every new milestone. I love it. I love it.
And it's impossible for it not to change you. So in what ways would you say it's changed you so far?
I'm patient now.
Now.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was getting better at patience, but this will sit you down. Like you are forced to be patient as a mom, as a parent, just in general. Yeah, for sure.
Really are. It changes a lot.
Your tolerance level goes down, but your patience goes up, if that makes any sense.
Completely.
Somehow.
And you got a lot going on. Savage Fenty Volume 4. So you're back, you always make it fresh, exciting, new. So what was your inspiration this time around to make it different?
Well, the theme of the show is just outside. I mean, I wanted to do something dynamic and ridiculous and obnoxious and almost impossible. And because I love a challenge, obviously I just like to work harder for some weird reason, but we did it, we pulled it off. We have an amazing team, amazing production. It's beautiful. I mean, even driving down to the set, it looks like aliens just took over an entire section of a mountain. It's beautiful. And the scale is so big because we're outside, we're on mountains. Like Burna Boy, I can't say too much, but his performance was really dynamic.
You always make it like for everybody, for all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
How important is that for you to make everyone feel sexy and anyone can wear it?
Yeah, that's important because I want to feel sexy and I want to feel represented. I want to feel included. I want to feel like I don't want to feel intimidated by what's on the rack or what's in store or what's online. I want to know that there's something for me. There's something for my body. Even if it's not that piece, there's something that is going to work for me. And I think everyone has that perspective. So I don't want to deny anyone of the experience to feel sexy or empowered. That's the Savage brand, and it's going to be our brand forever.
Super Bowl. You said you like a challenge.
I know.
Talk about a challenge. Just after having a baby, you say yes. So what made you say yes?
I feel like it was now or never, really. There's this weird that happens when you become a mom. Like you unleash or unlock other parts of your superpowers. You feel like you can take on the world. You can do anything, right? After you have a baby, you can do anything. And it was one of those things where I wasn't really sure because it is a big stage and it has been a while, you know, but I wanted to take on the challenge and I wanted to do something that would force me to get back on stage, really. Because when you're a mom, you it's not important, really.
Yeah.
Everything is at the bottom of the priority list.
Because that's it. That's all you care about is that little baby boy, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah, but I'm a performer and I love it, so we're gonna do it.
So much speculation about who's going to be joining you. So what can you tell me?
I'm not telling you anything. What you mean?
Just a little something. I gotta give them a little something.
No, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. I'm sorry.
ASAP? Will he join you?
I'm not telling you anything.
Nothing
Lips
at
are
all?
sealed.
All right.
No, we gotta wait.
All right, tell me this.
You know why? Because I haven't even decided.
Oh, you haven't? You haven't decided yet. So when will you make that decision? How much time we got to make that?
By the time I see you again, I'll know.
New music? Tour? 2023 tour?
Yeah, I'm not sure about touring yet, but new music soon for sure.
Before the Super Bowl, you said, right? I heard you say.
Yeah, real soon.
Wedding?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I whispered that. She did it.
I'm sorry, I'm being taken away.
So tell me why you're excited about Volume 4.
I'm very excited about the location and the scape of the entire set. It is huge. It is outside. We were able to push the boundaries in regards to what we've been able to do before in our other shows, and it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful show, very dynamic, and I'm excited for everyone to see what we did this time.
Was it daunting, like trying to top something that you already went so hard last time?
It's always challenging to beat the one before, but it's a challenge that we always are willing to take. It's a challenge that is almost like imperative. But I felt like we did great this year. Next year is going to actually be the main challenge because this year was such a huge scale of a show. And I don't know how we're going to beat it, but we're going to have to try.
You obviously presumably spent some of the time developing the collection while you were pregnant during this.
Yeah.
How did that kind of inform your vision for Volume 4?
Well, I don't feel like pregnancy had anything to do with it. I'm always excited to find new silhouettes, new fabrics, putting two worlds together that don't belong to create something new. That's what excites me. New colors, new everything. New details. I care about evolution. I care about seeing the brand grow up, so to speak. And with the show, I apply that same thing.
You seem very cognizant of, like, your baby did not choose fame, right? You've been very, very, like, intentional about not sharing details, and, you know, we were seeing that earlier. Do you think that that's, has that been a challenge, and is that something that you're kind of navigating as you...
I mean, we just didn't get around to it yet, really. We just been living, but I guess there's a certain freedom that comes with kind of just like getting it out there. The challenge is we want to do regular with our baby. We want to go to the park. We want to go everywhere and take walks and things that we want to do as parents with him. But since we haven't got around to sharing him with the world, we have to navigate it extremely, extremely cautiously right now.
But it's not something that you're, like, never going to share his name, or, you know, you're just hoping to...
I mean, no. Not me.
Why was now the right time to do the Super Bowl?
Right now, I feel like it was something that... It was a challenge that I welcomed. It was a stage bigger than anything I've ever done. And it's one of those things, like, if I'm going to leave my baby, I'm going to leave my baby for, like, something special. And I was willing to do it. It was now or never for me, I feel like.
And last question, new music, obviously. You wouldn't have done Super Bowl without it coming?
No, that's not true. That's not true.
But we can...
Super Bowl is one thing, new music is another thing. Do you hear that, fans? Because I knew the second that I announced this, I said, oh my God, they're gonna think my album is coming. I need to get to work. But I do have new music coming out, but we'll see. Unrelated. But a special project.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.